Hello and welcome to another painting video. Today we're going to be painting our Zaku IIs. I'm painting both of them because I'm going to have to mix some paint here and I don't want to have to duplicate it again. So we're going to take this olive green color. We're going to start off with the light color of the Zaku. So we're going to start off with some olive green. And then we're going to mix a little bit of sunny skin tone into it to lighten it. We want it to be kind of that cartoony, pale green color that we see in the anime. Cool. So let's get started here, and we're gonna be putting this all over. We're gonna do the same steps kind of that we did for Char. Just a couple coats of this. So it's gonna get this all nice and covered. Well, not nice and covered. It's not, there's nothing nice about how we're covering this right now. It's ugly as heck. But we trust the process. We trusted it with the Char Zaku. We're gonna trust it with this one. Really like the Zaku design. It's really cool. Let's get up in there. Just get all the coverage that we can here. Remember, we get all those hoses as well, so while you're doing this, just get those hoses. This is a real splotchy initial coat, but it goes on pretty thin, so it's kind of necessary for the rest of everything. And the reason we do the light color first is because the rest of the colors are going to be dark, so that when we paint the dark colors, it'll go over the light colors easier. So if you're mixing paint, I would suggest painting the same thing. That if you have multiples of the thing to paint, to definitely do them at the same time, just because to match the color again might be a little hard. And if you want them to be consistent, then it just makes sense to paint them both at the same time. So just making sure we're getting all those hoses. Get the arm, get the thing there. So that's the first coat on that one. So you can go over to this one. And do the same thing. This is like a batch painting kind of way of doing things. You just do all of one color at one time. Now if you had 20 of these, this would be a lot more boring and tedious, but since it's only 2 guys, it's fine for me to do on this channel. I mean, I've definitely have done batch paints of like 40 dudes at once, but it's definitely not the preferred way of doing things. And then, especially for this channel, I'm not going to paint 40 of one guy unless I do another live stream again, where it's attempted 24 hours of a whole army. Which, I mean, we did get 24 hours, just not in one sitting. So I don't know if you want to count it or not. I count it. I did 3D print the giant titans for the Tyranid, and I have the Tau one printed as well. And I was thinking about painting them on this channel, but I don't know if you know this, but I'm here and then my camera's like right here, and it's maybe like a foot of working area, but those things are way huge and they fit on my whole table, so I don't know how I would film it if I were to do them. Because everybody know some of you already complain about like the focus and stuff on here. Sometimes it isn't the greatest and all that. So it would be probably worse with a big old model like that. This. Keep pushing here. Get our initial coat on here. I am liking the more grungy, dirty look of these guys when I put the wash on them. I know some may see that as a cop-out of not wanting to do them clean, but I do this for me. For me, for me. Get the shield here. And the rest of this arm. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to the first one. And do our second coat. Yeah, here's how Char turned out. I think it's really nice. I mean, you can quite clean up like that straight line there, because that's a little weird, but so let's go in here. So this is one where the paint's not as transparent as the red paint, so 2 coats might be enough for these guys to get good. Just because the red pigment is a lot more transparent than this one. Yeah, definitely mixing the yellow into this green was a good choice. And the reason we did yellow instead of like a white is because it's a little color theory, I guess. That, I mean, it's not really theory, it's whatever. Blue and yellow make green, right? So when you're trying to lighten green, you can use white, but it'll kind of look different. But if you use yellow, because that's more of the lighter color of the two instead of blue, right? Then you will lighten the green and still kind of keep it in the same family. Whereas if you want to darken it, you would add blue, and then that would, I didn't even paint like this whole top part. Oh, that's the part that's black anyway. Is it? Yes. Okay, and then that's black. Okay. I was like, I didn't paint this whole top. And I was like, oh, I guess I don't have to. But yeah, if you're trying to mix your own colors and you're doing it at home and it's not giving you like the color you want, try doing that. Like try mixing, like if it's red, blue, or yellow, obviously you can mix white with it to lighten it. But if it's a mixed color like orange or whatever, like definitely just try the colors that are used to make that color instead. Yeah, it's we're gonna need to get don't forget the hoses. So that's all the green on this guy. So go to our second guy. I am not looking forward to the next color, the darker green, because I think it's pretty transparent and it goes on pretty shitty. So we'll see. We'll see. So just working on each part one at a time. So we're doing this whole leg first before we move on to the next section. This way we don't forget areas. And we'll go to this one. Now these are the base Zaku colors. If you wanted to paint them different colors, it's up to you. There are many varieties of colors that you could use. You could paint it like the black tri-stars, which is like a black and purple. Here's options you got. There's different variations of the red versions. It's a deep green that they used. So yeah, you could even use more like more militaristic colors if you wanted to, like more of a olive, like US olive drab color, like a dark, like brownish green. You can paint them like a goof if you wanted to, which is blue. And then put a sword in this one's hand, but then it'd have a different shield, but if you cared. And we're just painting the crap out of this thing right now. Make sure we get the back hoses here. And get that. The inside here. Okay, that's our base green. Now, we're gonna go over to our darker green, which we're gonna use this sick green, sorry, from Vallejo. You can also maybe get away with this uniform green color. Probably gonna use the uniform green color because I think it uses a lot better, and I haven't used the other one in a long time. So I'm gonna use uniform green. Is our dark green here. And then we're gonna add just a little bit of blue into it. We're gonna take some of our deep blue just to see if our theory works. So just mix some of this together. Okay, and we go to the rest. Now we're getting here is like these little side pieces here. Right there, and there, a little coupler, and then the little side skirt bits. Just the middle of the skirt there. And then the whole top of this right here. The side of it. Okay, now we'll go to this one, do the same thing. So, but it's gonna be a lot easier because it's not enough low crouch. So we're just gonna get all this little side of the torso here. This little bit right there. The little couplers that join the skirt to the hose. This is going to definitely need a couple coats as well. And we'll need to go back and also clean up the light green. here. Get the bottom here. Okay, and we'll go back here. We'll just get our second coat done here. Just the areas that are not as clean as the rest with the coverage. Looking for any of like those black spots and stuff like that. And we also didn't get the hose clamp on this side. We're gonna get that right now. And then we'll just check this one last time and just kind of get these little areas here, there, that are just a little gross. Cool. So now we'll go back to that pale green really quick and just clean up those little areas because our paint is still workable here. So we definitely hit some spots here. So we want to just clean up the tops there, the arm here. What else did we hit? Oh, the hoses in the back for sure on both of them. Got a little messy when we're doing the separation here. So just clean those up. Look for any other areas that you might have nicked, which looks like we're good on this one. You can also clean up the head here a little bit. It was not as good. And then to this guy, do the same thing. We're just gonna clean up the hoses here and anything else that we can see. So the back hose, the back hose, and good. All right, so now we're going to move to our this dark gray color for our black areas. And that's gonna be, for them, it's gonna be these knees. I think the knee joint spot is supposed to be light green, so we'll have to fix that one on this one. The whole chest area right here, the cockpit. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Gundam, the cockpits are in their chest. So, right there. And we got this one. I don't know if I should be acknowledging the 3D printer and be like, hey guys, sorry, I'm 3D printing again. Or just ignore it. And then we're gonna get the tops of the feet. You can see the line for it, so just follow it. there, flip it, and then do that shoe. It's not really a shoe, but whatever. And then we're gonna get these little joints here. And then we're going to get the inside of the face, and then we'll have to clean up the faces. Oops. Let's wipe that off if we can right now, because it's going to be hard to cover. Okay. Let's go back to this one while we're here, just to put an end cap on it. And then just get that. Put too much water on my brush. And then there's another spot that, oh, right here, this is, hit that, oh, and then we didn't get like this whole thing with our second coat. Okay, so let that dry, and we'll go to our next guy here. Oh wait, we didn't get it, we didn't finish. The hands. Gotta get the hands. Hands are black. Okay. Now we get this guy. Get this whole knee pad here. Same thing on this side. We'll go to the feet. Let's get that. Get the whole bottom of this foot. Oh, you know what? We also missed the backpacks. Actually, you know, because we'll use the other color for the backpacks. Actually, no, we're gonna use this color for the backpacks. I was gonna use a different gray for that, but I think those work fine. So get those little joints and the hands. Oh, we gotta get Ellen here too, but I think we use the other color for that, so. The chest. The hand. And this has a little joint right on the bottom here. Okay, and then we gotta get the backpack on this one. So just clean all that up. And we gotta go back to this one. And where they? Oh, we didn't really get in there. I think that one's okay. Let's just go in there. Okay. Now we're gonna get our light green again, just to clean up the faces, because when you put the big brush in there, it kind of attacks everything. Just gonna get that. And then for here, like that, would be good. Okay, now let's go to our basalt gray. This is gonna be for our heat hawk and the inside of the shields, and our gun, our bazooka, Zaku bazooka. I don't know why there's water there. Okay, so the Zaku bazooka, we're just gonna hit with our gray. And just be careful around the hand, because it's a different color. Now being careful around our spots that we've already painted. Don't want to have to go back too much. It's going to be harder to paint some of these colors over this stuff. The gray is a pretty neutral color, so painting back over it would be easier than painting over like a red or anything like that, but still want to avoid it the best we can. And then let's get our shield inside here. And then do a little bit better job on the bottom here. And the bottom here. Oop, and that. Now we're gonna get the bulk of the heat hawk. Actually, we're gonna paint the whole thing because, like I said, it's a neutral color. It's easier to paint over than black. So this is a heat hawk, like a tomahawk, but heat of the heat variety. Okay, at some point everything crashed and I lost, all my storage was full. So I painted the gun on here and the inside of the shield, same thing here and here, and I was just going back over to the heat hawk and then the thing, but then I was just going back and just lining the edges of the boosters. So now for the heat hawk, we want to grab a bright orange color. Are these the same yellows? Maroon, orange, brown. Oh, that's orange, okay. And then a yellow, or flat yellow. And we're just gonna kind of put them on the heat hawk, starting with orange as the warmest part. And then we get our yellow We'll start the yellow here, on the edge. And then we'll pull the orange into the yellow. So let me pull the orange into the yellow. Like that. That'll give us our heat hawk. And we'll take just like the pure yellow and run it down like the whole edge right here. Okay, now we're going to take just a deep red to dot the eyes. We're going to just go like this, go in here, take our red, hook it there, bring it off the edge that we got there. Same thing here. Oops, and then we got it everywhere. So then we'll go back to our light green to fix that streak that we just made. Can tease that away to get that on there. Okay. And now we just wash it. So you could use a green wash if you wanted to. We have the military shade. We've been doing a black wash on everything so far, so we're just gonna keep up with that trend for now. Oh, actually, while we have it, we have the red. We can put it on the lens here. And then we also have some yellow. So we'll put the yellow on the back end here, for like the back of the lens. And then we have, I didn't do it on Char, so we're just gonna put it should be red, I think, but so let's take the red and just put a little dot right there on the tip of Char's gun. Okay. So now we gotta avoid that area while we wash. So let's get our brush here. Oop. Get our guy. And we start low. Like we've been doing, we've been kind of dabbing this on. We've been having a pretty good result with that. So we're just gonna keep at that. Just rotating this guy around, getting it all sloppy. But like with purpose, it's not, we're not gonna leave him like this if it's too splotchy. There is such thing as too sloppy. careful of those spots that we just hit, so just gonna kind of go around it. All right, there's one. And while it's on here, you can move it around a lot to try to just move it in different places so it doesn't pool up as much. I'm realizing I didn't paint the rubbery bits on the shoes in the back. It's okay though. So we're gonna get the gray part of the heat hawk. We're gonna avoid the heat part of the heat hawk. The head. The other arm here. Make sure we get the chest. Now we just gotta go to the other one and just see if where the things are pooling and clean that up as we need to. So let's just look where the things are pooling. If it pools on the black, that's okay because it's black, it won't really show up. We want it kind of cleaned up around the spikes on the shoulder pads. We don't want it to pool too much on the shield on the bottom or in that armpit right there. It's good. And then this guy is pooling a lot on the shoulder here. Let me get all that off. A lot on the arm. A lot on the skirt part, we want to take that off. A lot down here. The feet are good. Take it off the top of the head, a lot of it. Good. And that is how we paint the Zaku II. And this, of course, it won't be shiny when it dries, but yeah. So, as always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one.